everybody. Welcome to the 13th annual Santa Cruz Open by Pro-Am Beach Soccer. We're here at the Santa Cruz Boardwalk, field number 1 for the Women's Open Championship game. It doesn't get much better than this. We've been out here all day long. We've seen some incredible games, and somehow I am saying that it doesn't get much better than this. This is going to be a fun one. The wind has really picked up here as we see the flag across the field is blowing pretty heavy, so you get a good idea as to the conditions here for this championship match between Waza, who is in the blue uniforms, versus Santa Cruzan Mavericks, and they are in the green jerseys. And we are pretty excited to be here for this championship match. Tanner is the head coach for the Mavericks team, and Mabel is the head coach for the Waza team. Christina with a throw-in. Nice shake and bake moves here by Nicole. Pass back to Christina. Christina, we know her from a few games back. We broadcasted one of Waza's games, the last win they had, and Christina was just a force to be reckoned with out the back and on defense. She's very quick, doesn't hesitate to jump to the ball. As the free kick is coming up here for looks like number 6, I want to say, Cimarron. Here it comes. The kick goes wide of the goal. The goalkeeper is Karen for Team Waza. So what we like about this Waza team, they have lots of threats up top. We have Nicole, who is just full of endurance. She wins a head ball for Waza. We also have number 5, Kylie, as this through ball just misses that far post. That was Luisa Meza, who just misses that shot. Also had a chance to watch this goalkeeper for I think it was the Santa Cruzan. Yep, and she is outstanding. It's the goalkeeper, Sadie. She had some super nice diving fingertip saves, and Karen in goal for Waza comes up with a nice save, and a shot hits the post and finds the back of the net. And it's the Santa Cruzan who takes a 1-0 lead. If I'm not mistaken, that's number 11, Keeley. I think that was number 11, Keeley, with the goal. Oh, that was Winnie. I thought it was an 11. It was actually a 10. Winnie with the first goal here for Santa Cruzan. Hit that left post and found the back of the net. There's no better way to finish. Christina with the long ball. Nobody's home. Sadie will distribute to the near side here. And Lauren shakes off Christina. A pass across the middle and another finish. Winnie with her second goal. And Santa Cruzan is off to a hot start here in the championship game. You know, pretty much every single game we've had, one team comes out to a really quick start. And for this game, it's Santa Cruzan. But we know, based on the action we've seen from Waza, they are far from out of it. That shot off the hands of Karen. So it's going to be a corner kick coming up for Cruzan. Pedal to the metal so far for Cruzan. Here it comes, off the head of number 3, Paxton, and out of bounds. So goalie possession with Karen coming up. This is one player you really have to look out for, Kylie. She was number 5 in the last game. She doesn't have a number in this one, but she's a very strong player. She had 2 goals and 1 assist in her last game. Now, what was interesting before this game, I went over to speak with both of the teams to get rosters and just to learn about the teams. And that's really one of my favorite parts about this event. And so far today, it's just going out, meeting the teams, meeting the players on the teams, lots of characters. Lots of great senses of humor out there. And it's a lot of fun just getting to know the players and seeing why are they here this weekend at Pro-Am Beach Soccer. They all love it. They all love it to be out here, just the atmosphere and the competition. So great event here by Pro-Am Beach Soccer. It's a pleasure to be here. Lots of great soccer players in the mix. But what was interesting, Waza, and looks like Luisa Meza gets fouled by number 3, Paxson. So a free kick coming up here. Here comes the shot and a beautiful save by Sadie. She's something special. As I mentioned before, I watched her in warm-ups. I've been playing goalkeeper for over 20 years, and when I see a goalkeeper, I know it. She has the vision. She has the instinct. A lot of fun to watch so far. Made that save look a lot easier than it looked. That's for sure. Here comes a dribbler. Somehow they get it to clear out. Winnie trying to catch up to it. Karen brings in the save. So Monica loses to Winnie. Winnie, a force to be reckoned with. Count it 3 goals for Winnie here in this first period. She seems like a player that every team wants on their team. Just the player knows exactly where to be at the right time, can finish, put the ball in the back of the net. It's been all Winnie here in this first period. Waza trying to get one back. Down 3-0. Here's a pass across to Luisa Meza. The ball taken by Paxson. Paxson! A left foot! Boy, that was beautiful. Where are these shots coming from? 4-0. Santa Cruz is hot here in this first period. Waza is scratching their heads, trying to figure out how to get that goal in. They're facing a tough team. So it's going to be Sadie from the back, playing the possession game. Here's Janessa, passing backwards. The distribution by Lauren. Out of bounds, Waza ball, Karen in the back. Trying to get it to Kylie. Kylie has been a little bit quiet here in this first period. Hasn't had a whole lot of touches. She challenges that one, goes out of bounds. It's going to be Santa Cruz in ball. Here comes Kylie. So 4-0 is the score. And takedown. Kylie is a little bit upset getting up after that. She thought she was fouled. Here's a floater. Good defense by Christina. Kylie trying to chase it down. Defense gets there first off of Kylie. It's going to be cruising ball. Pass back to Sadie. The possession game. That pass back to the keeper at beach soccer is such an important move just to keep possession. In beach soccer, that pass back to the keeper is allowed. The keeper's allowed to pick up the ball. Here's another shot just over the crossbar. That looked pretty good from here for most of the way, and then at the last minute, maybe a gust of wind, push it over the top. I don't know. This is a nice shot there by, I think it was Lauren. Nice win by Christina from the back. Almost through this first period. Trying to get another goal. And Christina says, enough is enough. No more goals. Give me this ball. She got it back in the foul. And that'll do it for the first period. It was all Santa Cruz and Mavericks over Waza in this first period. The score 4-0 thanks to 3 goals, a hat trick by Winnie, number 10. And also another goal was by Paxson. So we're going to take a quick break and come back for the second period. You're watching ASBN.TV. And welcome back to ASBN.TV. Waza down 4-0 to Santa Cruz and Mavericks. An impressive first period by the Mavericks. I'll tell you what. And it was led by Winnie, number 10, who has 3 goals. Also, Paxson has a goal herself. But this is a Waza team that we saw we were very impressed by in that first game they had, and just haven't been able to get things going so far. But they're a team that seemingly can flip a switch. So don't count them out yet. But I'll tell you what, the way Santa Cruz is playing right now is very, very impressive. Here's Winnie on the far side, and looks like Luisa Meza trips up Winnie, and it's going to be a free kick out the back. And a dribbler, not a bad look there by number 18. That was Monique. A little bit off frame, but as I keep saying, you're not going to score unless you shoot that ball. Monique trying to chase it down. So is Corinne, though. Who's going to get to it first? Monique plays it back. Corinne is out of her box, but that doesn't stop her from gobbling up that ball. Quick distribution to Luisa Meza in the far side, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Winnie. Karen, quick distribution to Kylie on the near side. Pass back, and it's going to be foul on Kylie. Kylie knows of it, and first thing she did was she apologized to Paxson. She says, my fault. Does earn herself a yellow card. Out of the 3 games we've broadcasted of Kylie, she has 2 yellow cards. But sometimes you pay the price for being an aggressive player and somebody who's very passionate, you could tell, about the game as Kylie is. So it's going to be a kick out the back for Paxson. A soft dribbler, nice move. Monica to Christina. Passes near side to Kylie. Off her foot out of bounds. Pass back to Sadie. They have just 3 seconds to get rid of the ball if you're the goalkeeper. So you see the referee puts his hands up and counts to 3. And the goalkeeper has to distribute the ball by the time they get to 3. Keep up the fast pace of Pro-Am beach soccer. Here's a pass across the floater. Oh, just misses that outer netting. Monique, that would have been something special. Instead, it was close, but no cigar. But you can tell Monique definitely has a nice touch on that ball. She's had a couple of those opportunities. Looks like it's Summering. Plays this one a little bit too high. Here's a chance for Waza. Playing across. Here's Nicole. Nicole takes a shot and just wide of the post. She was really hoping for that finish. Down 4-0 to Santa Cruz. Definitely seen a different Waza team here in the second period. Some high energy. You could tell they were tired in between games. Handball was Yasmin. So it'll be a free kick out the back for Christina. You're going to have to come up with something pretty special to get it past Sadie. That's a hard-driven ball. Sadie with the block. Rebound, and she dives on it. Like I said, you're going to have to come up with something very, very special. Not to prevent you from taking the shot, but one thing you have to do if you're the teammate of the shot taker, you got to rush the net for a rebound, especially in Pro-Am beach soccer. It's a tough position to play in Pro-Am beach soccer. Goldie. And here's a shot and a finish there by Nicole. She puts Waza on the board, 4-1. We're in the second period. Team Waza really needed that goal. Nicole able to cut in on that deficit. 4-1's the score. Steal by Nicole. Nicole has got a lot of energy. We learned that from her in these last 2 games we broadcasted of hers. I don't know where she gets it. Somehow continues to stay on her feet here. Plays the ball in and a little bit too high. Not a bad look, though. Kylie was trying to get on the end of it. A little bit too tall for her.
See him in the back of the fence? He's walking, climbing under the fence now. There he is.
Nice stop there by Kylie. It's her and Sadie. 50-50 ball, and both players kicked it at the same time, and a nice knock in. No, just wide. Nicole almost had her second goal in just as many minutes. And Kylie with a sweet bicycle pass to Nicole. Nicole with the finish. Boy, was that beautiful. And Nicole quickly sprints to her teammate Kylie to give her the compliment of an awesome bicycle pass assist. And just like that, Waza cuts the deficit in half, 4-2. 2 quick goals. And a quick shot here off the kickoff. Goes out of bounds. So from the back, it's Karen. All Waza here in the second period. Look like a desperate team in the championship. That's Team Waza in blue. And Santa Cruzin is in green. Just a great atmosphere here at the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. You take a look out on the horizon, lots of boats out there in Santa Cruz. If you've never been to Santa Cruz, then you are missing out. As Nicole with the shot straight to Sadie. Easy peasy for Sadie. Trying to play the possession game is Keeley. The pass across and ricocheted straight to Sadie. Pass to the far side. Paxton trying to reach to it. And loose ball, the touch and the finish. So Karen was unable to hold on to it. So sure enough, it was number 15 who was there at the right place at the right time. Was able to put the ball away. That was Monse. Ooh, and a quick shot by Kylie, far side, goes wide. 5-2 is the score. So Sadie from the back will take her sweet time. She's in the championship game. Her team is up by 3. Louisa Meza out the back. Disrupted the pass, but kicked it out of bounds. Christina has some good defense. Waza definitely stepped up defensively in the second period. Oh, here's another chance for Santa Cruz and pass far side. Packs in the shot, but the save. Karen gobbles up the loose ball. 5-2 still the score. Nice pass by Christina to Monica on the far side, and her pass across the middle to Kylie was disrupted by the Santa Cruz in defense. And here's a chance for Paxton all by herself with the finish, and that's her second goal of the game, and a 6-2 lead for Santa Cruzan. She's feeling pretty good about that, feeling pretty good about herself. The most underrated aspect of a good forward, and that was another beautiful save by Sadie off a nice shot by Christina. Very underrated part of a good forward is just being at the right place at the right time. That's how Messi has invented himself in the soccer world, is just being a smart player. It seems like, just taking a first glance look at the Santa Cruzan team, they're a very smart team. Well coached by head coach Tanner. Difficult pass across the middle. Nicole trying to make Santa Cruzan pay the price. So that's the whistle for the second period. 6-2 is the score. As Santa Cruzan on top of Team Waza. It was great to see Waza with some signs of life there in the second period to make it close, but at the end of that second period, Santa Cruzan was able to add a couple more. So we'll be right back right after this, ASBN.TV. And welcome back. You're watching ASBN.TV. I'm Pat Childs. Alongside a special guest, it's Tygo Sullivan, the director of Pro-Am Beach Soccer and the 13th annual Santa Cruz Open. Tyke, it's great to have you on air with me.
It's great to be here. Thank you for being part of our event and being able to showcase all these great players coming through the system.
Well, we really appreciate you having us. And one thing I've noted on and touched on all day long really was just one of my favorite parts about the day is just going to each team, getting the roster pregame, and just being amazed by the high energy of these teams and how excited they are to be here.
Yeah, once you play beach soccer, it just becomes sort of like a cultural thing for yourself. It's an amazing game, and once you play once, you just want to play it again and again. And a lot of these girls are pretty motivated right now. They know that we're actually scouting for somewhat of a professional women's team that's going to be traveling based out of NorCal. It'll join our family of our other men's team that's NorCal that's been playing against the likes of Fortaleza and different teams from Switzerland and all Costa Rica, all around the world. So the ladies are now pretty motivated because they want to do the same.
I'll tell you what, I've seen a lot of potential out here, lots of talent, starting with the goalkeeper here for Santa Cruz, and Sadie, who is very impressive. I watched her in warm-up. She's also made some incredible saves here in the first two periods, but also Winnie, number 10 for Santa Cruz, and has a few goals. And, of course, Waza, we've seen a couple games from them so far, and lots of talent on their team as well.
Yeah, one thing to consider, even in this game, is Waza has actually been helping out one of the other co-ed teams.
Yes.
So Waza has a co-ed team, and then they've been actually having players. Shot. That's the trickery of beach soccer right there. So for most of the Waza players playing in this game against the Mavericks, this is their 14th game of the weekend.
Wow.
So for them to be still going is amazing.
Nicole with a couple of shots, gets her own rebound, lets it rip again, ricochets out of bounds off of Winnie, so it's going to be a throw-in with Christina on the far side. One thing I noticed in between games was Waza was taking a breather. They were relaxing in between games. Santa Cruz, they were up and about, and nice shot there by Kylie and a save by Sadie. But Santa Cruz, they had a little bit more energy, and maybe it's because of those the amount of games. It definitely takes a toll on you.
It does. I mean, if anyone's played beach soccer, we equate it to like snowboarding. The first time you play, you can't move the next day. The second day it's a little better, and then as you go, your body begins to adapt to the different muscles that you're using playing on the beach.
Yep.
But you can't hide, in beach. So yes, for both of these teams, for both of the girls who will be playing on two different teams, it's going to take a toll, and it's definitely going to bring down the level of their energy, I would say, at this point at the end of the second day.
So it's 6-2 the score. It's been a little bit of a light third period here. Santa Cruz and Waza exchanged goals in that second period, but Santa Cruz came out quick in that first. And here's Winnie once again. We know how dangerous she can be, and Christina, as always, such a tough defender. Tyke, what I'd love to know about is I look around. This is a great atmosphere here at the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. It doesn't get much better than this. The beach is beautiful, but I look down the beach here and I see all these fields, just an endless amount of fields, and I can't imagine how much work and effort goes into an event like this.
Well, yeah, it does take a lot of love for the game and a lot of work, but the benefits of it is being able to see all these players play, giving them the opportunity of a little bit of nastiness going on here.
Yeah, that's a yellow card on Nicole, and we know this Waza team as a very emotional team, and got yellow cards to pay the price of that emotion.
So yeah, to answer your question, it is a lot of energy and work, but at the end of the day, we're out here, we're in this setting like you're mentioning, and everybody's able to compete, and it's just a joy to be able to see it. And now, with us being able to be looking at creating a women's team, just for a side note, I was at the World Cup in the Bahamas.
Wow.
And had meetings with FIFA and Beach Soccer Worldwide and many others. But the general premise coming away from it is the future of beach soccer is in the women's.
Well, there we go, the future of beach soccer, and we may be watching it here as Monsi puts that one away for a 7-2 Santa Cruzan lead. And so far, lots of impressive work here by Santa Cruz. And And Tyke, I'd love to, Tyke is a busy man, so he's halfway on the commentary and halfway taking some calls from I'm sure some of the people working here at the event.
I actually told him I wasn't available for any crisis for the next 15 minutes.
Nice.
So I just forgot to turn off my radio.
If you could tell us, Tyke, of Olympic Day, and I know this is an official IOC event. Is that correct?
Correct. The International Olympic Committee reached out and contacted us and asked us if we would participate as a promotion for Olympic Day with the idea, as you can see it on the flag at times at midfield.
Yep.
It's in honor of the LA trying to get the Olympics. So on this Olympic Day, which is actually officially next week, they're looking at trying to promote everyone's awareness of our country's desire to host the Olympics once again in LA.
That's awesome, and you get to be an official sponsor of that.
We're quite proud of it to be, reached out to and picked out as an event of that nature.
Well, there's a finish there by Luisa Meza, the forward, and looks like she looked to her teammate there and gave the hush sound and jokingly trotted off the field, and that cut the deficit 7-3. So Waza down but not out. They're going to keep on fighting to that last whistle. So, and this is being the 13th annual Santa Cruz Open, Tyke. I mean, you guys have been around for that long, and that's amazing. Thinking about, it'd be great to hear from you about where Pro-Am Beach soccer came from, very beginnings, and how it got to and expanded and grown to what it is today.
Originally, a few people approached me with an idea of actually a football tournament, which is volleyball with your feet, and we were discussing it. And, many people have asked me to do different projects over the years, and I said put something in writing, and I put something in writing, and I felt that it had legs and went with it. And since then, they've moved out of the country, gone separate ways, or and did whatever life does, and I kept going with it. This event is in its 13th year, and we have obviously Ocean Beach, which is now going to be going into its 11th year. Singapore, Bali, we've got going on 3 years in South Florida, and now, which is kind of a special announcement per se, is we had the head of U.S. youth soccer here all day yesterday, and we're working with U.S. youth soccer to produce a national tournament for beach soccer for youth, from whether it's going to be 13s or 14s all the way through U19s for August of 2018. So we'll be seeing beach soccer pop up in areas all around the country for regional finals, and the state associations will actually be promoting the game, and there's been a lot of enthusiasm about it. And so we'll see the game really grow over the next 2 to 3 years in ways that we had always hoped it would.
If you are we're going to take a time out here as Nicole trying to get a shot off. If you're a club soccer coach and you're thinking about entering your team into a Pro-Am Beach soccer tournament, it's an open goal, trying to get to this ball first, get a shot off, and a clearance out of bounds. What would you tell them and just the benefits of beach soccer?
Yeah, that's actually a very good question. I think that a lot of coaches don't actually bring their teams out to play beach. One, because they don't understand how to coach it, and they're worried about foot injuries and playing barefoot. The reality is Pele and so many other people, they played beach soccer, they played futsal, growing up playing bare feet. So it's sort of a situation that coaches don't really understand the educational aspect for themselves and how to coach it. So they're in many cases they're intimidated to actually go about it because it may expose them, for something that they don't know. From the standpoint of benefits, it's a laundry list. As anyone knows, movement in the sand is much more difficult, and you play sand like you're running in high heels. So you're developing muscles, twitch muscles in your ankles, in your calves, that you're not developing running in grass. You're not running heel to toe, you're running on your toes. And when you go back to the grass after playing in the beach, you you are up on your toes more. It's just a matter of fact. The other aspect of it is, you know, the approach of the ball, having to watch the concentration and rotation of the ball, because you can't hit a still ball. If you're hitting a still ball, it's going to be in a hole, and then you're talking about a situation where you might, you know, jam your foot or things like that. So the concentration on keeping your eye on the ball and keeping your head down becomes apparent. And outside of that, the biggest thing are the different skill sets. As you see, you'll see it sometimes from the women's game. The women's game's still developing this, but you'll definitely see it in the men's game. The lifting of the ball, the scoping. It gives you different weapons when you go back to grass. And most coaches don't realize it. They just look at it as this other game. But the reality is like this is FIFA's best or favorite, let's say, celebration of the game. And for the players that play it, they see and feel the skills that they develop going through the different training sessions, getting them ready. And once they go back to grass, they have these new weapons that people that have not played in the or played on the beach, they just don't have them. They don't have, coaches don't coach it, and because it's not something you would think about, you know, on grass.
From a lifelong,
yep, they're there.
And I'm a nice save there by Sadie. Couple straight nice saves by Sadie. Speaking of Sadie's position, goalkeeper, that's something I grew up playing. I've been playing for over 20 years, and it amazes me. What I didn't really consider going into it was the surface and the bounce and how the trickery behind that. And for a goalkeeper, you always have to be on your toes. I can't think of better goalie training than some Pro-Am beach soccer.
It's true. And, you know, the goalkeeper, it's every goalkeeper's dream in this game, you know, with beach, because the goalkeeper's the quarterback. You know, there's no goal kicks. It's everything's from the hands. So, you know, the goalkeeper is your most important player on the field. But the game has changed now, especially on the men's side. It's gonna nice shot. You're gonna see a situation now where the goalkeeper is even more important in the women's game, because they have to be good with their feet. You know, the main thing that goalkeepers are doing at the international level is lifting the ball, juggling it on their thighs upfield, forcing pressure to come to them. But they're shooting. You know, once they get it up in the air and they're being able to take, you know, go thigh, shot. And it changes the dynamics of the game. And if you have a player that can play with their feet and also has good hand distribution and has good twitch reflexes, you're in heaven.
Well, it was a special championship matchup in this Women's Open, and it was the Santa Cruz and Mavericks who got the best of Waza in this matchup and finale. It was an absolute pleasure to be joined by Tygo Sullivan in this matchup.
Definitely my pleasure.
And once again, thanks for having us.
Hope to have you many more times.
Sounds great to us. So we're going to take a quick break and watch these teams celebrate a hard-earned win by Santa Cruz and a job well done by Waza. We'll take a quick break right here, ASBN.TV.